Good morning, children. Good morning, students.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. We did the last topic of prokaryotes yesterday, ribosomes and inclusion bodies. Just read it once again. Ribosomes and inclusion bodies. Let me ask you a few questions. And if we feel we are fine, we're done, then we'll move on to eukaryotic cells. Those who were present in the second period yesterday have already done it with me. Children, is the strength in your class less in periods? I mean, only these students I see. Yesterday I was seeing the attendance in physics class also. Almost the same students who are here with me today. Some students, they don't attend any classes. Yes, 11th biology. Why is the strength so less in the classes? Any idea?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, beta.
Ma'am, please add Zeba. She's saying, telling.
Okay. I was asking, why is the strength less in your section in most of the classes I've seen?
Ma'am,
Why
my
is
friends
so-
also don't join the class.
Your friends don't join the classes. This is what I also felt. Yesterday, I was preparing the attendance because normally what we do is Saturday we have to post the attendance. We have to send the attendance to school every Saturday. So yesterday I was preparing your attendance. Then I saw in most of the periods the conditions are the same only. I wonder why biology students, they don't attend classes. I think it is 9, 10, maximum 12. Yesterday I was seeing physics, chemistry also. The attendance was like this only. English too, वैसे ही नहीं. I've seen English too. Otherwise also your attendance in English classes is very, very less this class. Okay, revise ribosome and inclusion bodies. Beta, we have two kinds of ribosomes, 70S and 80S. Which kind of ribosomes are found in prokaryotes?
70.
70S. Okay. We have two types of ribosomes depending upon the subunits. Subunits means the smaller parts that we had. So in prokaryotes, you have 70S or 80S?
70S.
Yes. And what are the two subunits of that 70S chromosome?
30S and 50S.
30S and 50S.
Yes. Why is ribosome a very different cell organelle compared to others? Tell me two reasons. How ribosome is a little different from other cell organelles. Think. Okay, just tell me one reason. Which kind of a cell do you generally find cell organelles? Prokaryotes or eukaryotes? Where will you find cell organelles, children? Prokaryotic
Eukaryotic.
cells or prokaryotic? Eukaryotic cells. But what about ribosome? Will you find it?
They are found in both.
Yes, they are found in both. So you can see that this is the main difference that we have between other cell organelles and which ones? And which cell organelle we were just talking about, beta?
Ribosome.
Yes, so remember. Okay, the storage bodies. What did we call them as? You remember? The ones that store the reserve material.
Inclusion bodies.
Good. Sometimes these ribosomes, they form a long chain. What are they called then?
Polyribosome or polysome.
Very good. Polyribosomes are polysomes, and they are the ones who are responsible for making proteins. So this topic, ribosomes and inclusion bodies, is okay. Now we move on to eukaryotic cells. When we were talking about prokaryotic cells, we mainly talked about bacteria, to keep in mind. Best example to remember is bacteria. So now eukaryotic cell, all the protists that you have, protista family, plants, animals, fungus. Eukaryotic cells is an extensive compartmentalization. Yesterday we said that eukaryotic cells have a lot of cell organelles. And I was talking about cell membrane, we had finished in the last period. Now let us have some questions from cell membrane very quickly. Okay. We said that before the discovery of electron microscope, we knew 2-3 things already about cell membrane. Tell me what all did we know before the discovery of this in 1950, before this? That membrane is made up of how many layers of lipids?
2 layers of lipids.
2
Layers of lipid. Layers.
Very good. The lipids are arranged in such a way that which side is towards the outer side, the head or the tail?
Head.
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 Head is polar or non-polar?
Polar.
Head is polar.
Okay. And which one is towards the inside, tail or head?
Tail is
Tail.
inside.
Yes, it is the tail. And then the tail is what? Polar or non-polar?
Non-polar.
Non-polar.
It is non-polar. And just to ensure that it is protected from water, that is why we had that head as what in nature?
Hydrophobic.
Hydrophobic.
Saturated hydrocarbon.
Good. Now later we got to know that it was not only polysaccharides, we have two more things which form the plasma membrane. What two things were there?
Protein,
Yes.
carbohydrates.
Proteins and
Carbohydrates. However, the ratio of proteins and lipids is different. Then we had talked about human RBC. What was the ratio of lipids and proteins?
52%
52%
proteins and 40% lipids.
lipid.
Yes. Those proteins which lie on the surface of the plasma membrane. Okay. See this, see this protein. This one. If we talk about this one. Okay, can you see this protein? It is lying on the surface. It is not at all embedded inside. What will you call this protein as?
Peripheral protein.
Peripheral protein.
Very, very good. Look at this protein. It is embedded. It is, most of it is inside the plasma membrane. What will you call such proteins as?
Integral protein.
Integral protein.
Integral protein.
If you can see, this is a picture of an integral protein, clearly entire inside. Now we're going to talk about, we had the discovery of microscope. We got to know many more things about plasma membrane. So improved model came up, which is known as fluid mosaic model. What is the model known as?
Fluid mosaic model.
Just let's read what all is written in fluid mosaic model. Very quickly, let me explain it to you. Though this part will be very easy for you, you've already done. Passive transport, osmosis, active transport. That is why I took that chapter first. We'll be able to understand the second paragraph very quickly. Just 2 minutes. I'll just mark down your attendance by the time from the group. Okay, let's see what did we read. First paragraph, I'll take with you. Then second, you will tell me. Now we had an improved structure model of the cell membrane. Earlier we had just information. All this information was put properly, and the structure of cell membrane was proposed by whom in 1972? Who proposed this model, fluid mosaic model?
Singer
Singer.
and Nicholson.
Yes. Do you remember when did we have the discovery of the electron microscope?
19.
Which year was it?
1950.
Was it 50 children? You all agree with her? Speak out, bachas. Very good.
Yes, ma'am.
It was 50. So how many years it took after this discovery that we got a proper structure for the plasma membrane after this, after the discovery? From 50 to 72, that's it. How many years? 22. 22 years. We got a lot of information. Then all that information was compiled and put forward by Singer and Nicholson, and they gave this model, fluid mosaic model. Before I explain this to you, let me again remind you what is a mosaic, though I discussed it with you that day. When you go to old buildings or old houses, you have a flooring which is known as mosaic flooring. उसमें क्या होता है बेटा, छोटे छोटे बॉक्सेस होते हैं, आपको ब्लैक ब्लैक लाइंस दिखाई देंगी बॉक्सेस, एंड उसमें ग्रे व्हाइट ब्लैक डॉट्स 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 होते हैं. आई होप यू हैव सीन दिस. हैव यू सीन? हैव यू सीन अ मोज़ेक फ्लोरिंग?
Yes, ma'am.
Nowadays we have tiles and all those things. Earlier we always had mosaic structures only in the floor. So mosaic means all mixed up. According to this, the quasi-fluid nature of lipid enables the lateral movement of proteins within the overall bilayer. This line is very, very important. What does this model say? Quasi-fluid nature of lipid. We said that membrane has how many layers of lipids?
2 layers.
2 layers.
Two layers.
Now, very good. And we also talked about lipids having a we talked about proteins, then we talked about polar end, we talked about non-polar ends. So there is a word which is coming, quasi-fluid. Any guesses? What does it mean? Any idea? Beta? Quasi-fluid means a state, physical state, which is somewhat like a solid and somewhat like a liquid. Supposing, आप ऐसे सोचो, you kept water in the freezer to freeze, to make it ice. You don't leave it for 2 hours, 3 hours, just leave it for 20, 25 minutes and take out that water. It will be something half of water and half of ice. So something which is partly liquid and partly solid. That is what we call as quasi-fluid. Understood the word?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So please, I hope you know. What is quasi-fluid? Tell me very quickly. Partly,
Something which is
liquid and
partially liquid
solid.
and partially solid.
but also remember it is not exactly 50-50%. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है that it is 50% liquid, 50% solid. No, it's partly. Sometimes that is more, sometimes this is more. Fine. Let's do this. Quasi-fluid model. Quasi-fluid nature of lipids enables the lateral movement of proteins because the lipids have what nature? They are not hard solids. The nature is quasi-fluid. मतलब थोड़ा थोड़ा soft होते हैं. Because of which the lipids allow whom to enter the two layers? The proteins. Just now we talked of here. Let me show it to you. See, look at this protein. Can you see this protein? Which kind of a protein is this? Integral or peripheral?
Integral protein.
Just look at the layers of the lipid. This is the bilayer of lipid. This is one layer. This is the second layer. Has this protein entered both the layers? See? Integral protein. Is it able to pierce or enter both the layer of lipids or not? Dekho beta. Yes or no? That's what I want. After
Yes,
looking at
ma'am.
this. Yes. It is able to do this. Very good. These proteins, they are able to enter the bilipid layer because lipid layer has what nature? Is it a hard solid?
No, ma'am.
No. What nature it has?
Partial solid.
Yes. Please remember. Okay. It means very, very good. Tell me quickly.
Solid and partially liquid.
Yes. So it's comparatively softer. It is not as hard as a solid. Now let's come down. So that is why they are able to literally move inside. The proteins are able to enter this bilipid layer. This ability to move within the membrane is measured at its fluidity. The more fluid it is, matlab, whichever cell membrane has more of fluidity, more of softness, that will allow the proteins to enter more. The fluid nature of the membrane is also important from the point of view of functions like cell growth, formation of intercellular junctions, secretions, endocytosis, cell division. So fluid nature is not only helping in entry of proteins, it also helps in many other things like it helps in the process of the growth of the cell. So if I ask you, why is the fluid nature important? The nature of the lipid layer, why is it fluid? So you'll say number one, because it allows the proteins to enter. Number two, it promotes cell growth, formation of intercellular junctions. What are intercellular junctions? Junction means joints. So joints between two cells are known as intercellular junctions. And ye bhi tabhi ban paate hain because beta, the cell membrane is not very hard as a solid. What is the nature? What is the word we had used? Yes. We just talked about it, partially solid, partially liquid.
Quasi-fluid.
Fluid.
Yes. So this is the reason it helps in endocytosis, cell division. One of the most important functions of the plasma membrane is the transport of the molecules across it. We know that the membrane is selectively permeable to some molecules present on the either side. Means it will allow only some particles to come from outside to inside and some from inside to outside. Okay, it will not allow all of them. Many molecules can briefly move across the membrane without any requirement of energy. And very quickly tell me, I told you when we did transport in materials, when no energy is involved, what is this transport called as?
Passive
transport.
Very good. It is called as passive transport. So is the movement of particles always from outside to inside the membrane, or it can be inside to outside also? Do the things always move from outside to inside the cell with the help of plasma membrane? या ऐसा भी कभी कुछ होता है कि सेल से चीजें बाहर आती हैं? That's what I'm asking you.
Ma'am, it's
Is it
both
a-
ways.
Very good.
Both
It's both ways. Very good. The moment is. Which word tells you that the moment is both ways? Either side. Can you see this word? Either side. You've already told me this is passive transport. Those solutes which are neutral, they do not have any charges, they're not ions. They move across the membrane by the process of simple diffusion along the concentration gradient. This word also we had discussed. When we say along the concentration gradient, we mean which concentration to which concentration?
Higher concentration. to
Higher
lower
concentration to lower concentration.
Very good, children. Water also moves across this membrane from higher to lower concentration. But this movement of water by diffusion is called as?
Osmosis.
Osmosis.
Very good. We also talked about this in that chapter. Polar molecules cannot pass through the non-polar bilipid layer. So they require which kind of proteins?
Carrier protein.
Yes. Of the membrane to facilitate the transport across the membrane. You remember facilitated transport we had done?
Yes,
In
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
membrane transport. Good. What were they called? Can I have the name? Carrier proteins?
Porins.
It starts.
Porins
Yes.
and
Very good.
Aquaporins.
Porins and aquaporins. Excellent. Those children who are regular in the class will always be able to answer the questions. So few ions or molecules are transported across the membrane against their concentration gradient, that is from lower to higher concentration. So energy is needed. And what was this transport known as?
Active transport.
Active transport.
Active transport.
Very good. So one thing we told very clearly, according to fluid mosaic model, that the plasma membrane is not a hard solid. It is a quasi-fluid. What is it?
Quasi-fluid.
quasi-fluid.
And there are three kinds of movement across the plasma membrane. One is passive transport, which is along the concentration or against the concentration gradient.
Along the
Along
concentration gradient.
Then we have the movement of water by diffusion, which is called as?
Osmosis.
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 Good. Certain ions move against the concentration gradient. Then the transport will be known as?
Active transport.
Active transport.
So this is all about cell membrane. We got a proper model, fluid mosaic model, which was proposed by whom?
Singer and Nicholson.
Singer and Nicholson.
And they said it is because of this nature of plasma membrane that who is able to enter the bilipid layer? We just talked about two
Protein.
types of proteins.
Protein.
Very good. Which proteins enter? Which ones? Peripheral or integral?
Integral.
Integral.
Too good. So they said, Singer and Nicholson said that the plasma membrane is not very hard like a stone. It's not very hard as a solid. It has a partially solid and a partially liquid nature. What is the word we just did?
Quasi-fluid.
Quasi-fluid.
Yes, it is quasi-fluid. Very good. And then what are the three kinds of transport that we just discussed?
Passive transport,
Passive
osmosis, and
transport.
active transport.
Active transport.
Okay. Which one is along the concentration gradient?
Passive transport.
Okay. When I say along the concentration gradient, what do I mean?
Higher to lower
Higher
concentration.
High concentration to lower concentration.
Very good. Then we had the movement of water. Okay, by diffusion. What was that process called as?
Osmosis.
Osmosis.
Very good. It was called as osmosis. Then we have one more thing. Some things, they move from lower concentration to higher concentration. What are they called? What is this movement called as?
Active
Active
transport.
transport.
So do they need energy?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good. So they need which kind, is energy involved?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. So what are the three kinds of movement very quickly? Passive transport, active transport, and
Osmosis.
which is the third one we discussed? Osmosis. Which is the
Osmosis.
third one? Osmosis. Children, speak out. See, when you'll sit to learn, you'll find this chapter a very boring chapter. So it's better you learn with me here only. So everybody knows who proposed this model?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Chaliye, let's go forward. We also know about three kinds of transport in plasma membrane. Let's talk about the cell wall now. If you remember, we have a non-living rigid structure called the cell wall, which forms the outer covering of plasma membrane of two categories. Which two? Plants and?
Fungi.
Yes.
Fungi.
Now, what is the function of cell wall? It not only gives shape to the cell, it protects the cell from mechanical damage, infection. It also helps in cell-to-cell interaction and provides barrier to undesirable macromolecules. See, it helps in cell-to-cell interactions. It is there as a protective membrane outside. So inside the cells that are there, they can interact with each other. They can send substances from one cell to the other. Nothing comes out of the cell. This is possible, the cell-to-cell interaction is possible only because of the presence of a cell wall. What all material has to pass on through plasmodesmata, sometimes the things pass on from one cell to the other cell. Matlab, whatever has to happen inside the plasma membrane or inside the cell can happen. All interactions continue because safely because of the presence of cell wall. Kuch bhi bahar nahi aa raha hai. It provides a barrier to undesirable macromolecules. Undesirable, the molecules which are not, macro means bada, the larger molecules, which are not needed by the cell. Cell wall does not allow. Look at this. Algae have cell wall, which is made up of cellulose, galactans, mannans, and certain minerals like calcium carbonate. Okay. So this is a very, very special cell wall. That is why they're discussing with you. Normally, we see that in plants, we have cellulose, proteins, and hemicellulose only. But algae has a very special cell wall. It is made up of cellulose, galactans, mannans, and calcium carbonate. Tell me four things from which cell wall of algae is made up of.
Cellulose, galactans, calcium carbonate, mannans.
Mannans. But if you talk about plants, then we will see that the cell wall is mainly made up of cellulose or hemicellulose, pectins, and proteins. The cell wall of a young plant cell, when the plant cell is young, that time the cell wall is not very hard. It is called as primary wall. What is it called? It is not called cell wall at that stage. What is it called?
Primary wall.
Primary wall.
This is a softer one. Okay, beta. Now this gradually diminishes. As the cell keeps on growing in size, this wall keeps on diminishing in size, and the secondary wall is formed on the inner side of the cell. Matlab, towards the membrane. Like in children, we have milk teeth, they fall down and you have permanent teeth coming. So ऐसे ही आप याद रखिए. The first wall which is formed along a baby young plant cell, what is that wall called as?
Primary wall.
Primary wall. Gradually, when the cell becomes mature, this disappears. And the second permanent which comes, what is that wall called as? Look at primary wall, and the one which comes later is the secondary wall. Now tell me, what is cell wall called in small baby plant cells?
Primary
Primary
wall.
wall.
So when we have the formation, does the primary wall change into secondary wall, or primary wall disappears and we get a new secondary wall? What happens?
Primary wall.
All disappears.
Yes, बेटा धीरे धीरे अंदर एक और मेम्ब्रेन बनता रहता है. जब वो रेडी हो जाता है, that is the secondary cell wall, then the primary wall disappears. This is how it happens. The formation already starts. Now, The middle lamella is a layer mainly made up of calcium pectate. This holds or glues, sticks the different neighboring cells together. The cell wall and the middle lamella may be traversed by plasmodesmata, which connects the cytoplasm of neighboring cells. Now, the middle lamella, there is another layer which is made up of what?
Calcium pectate.
Actually, if you understand like this, middle lamella is a layer which joins or which cements, okay, the primary cell wall of two cells. I just told you what is primary cell wall. You remember primary wall?
Yes, ma'am.
Supposing there are two baby cells, cell number 1 also has its primary wall, cell number 2 also has its primary wall. So there is one more layer which will bind these primary walls, which will glue them together, keep them together. That layer which is there present between two cells, what is that lamella called as?
Middle lamella.
Middle lamella.
Yes. Supposing we have two baby cells, so this one will have its membrane, this one will also have its primary wall. So दोनों की primary wall free नहीं है बेटा, आपस में stick करके रखते हैं दोनों की primary walls को. We glue them together, we keep them together, and this gluing work or sticking work is done by which lamella?
Middle lamella.
Middle lamella, and this is made up of?
Calcium pectate.
Calcium pectate.
Yes. So the cells, they stick to each other. However, they are traversed. कहीं कहीं पे cut हो जाता है, open हो जाता है. I told you those spaces are known as what? Plasmodesmata.
Plasmodesmata.
Yes. They are basically channels between two cells where the cytoplasm of one cell can move into the cytoplasm of the another cell. So these paths or these channels, which are known as what? They are known as?
Plasmodesmata.
Very good. Is it okay for everybody? So we had a primary wall, the one which is present in baby cells. Then we had a mature cell wall, which was known as secondary wall. And then baby cells joining the primary walls was another lamella, which is known as?
Middle lamella.
Middle lamella.
Because it is between the cells, we generally call it as middle lamella. So the cells are connected to each other. However, we have some openings between the cells, which is known as, what is this connection between two cells or channel between two cells called as?
Plasmodesmata.
Plasmodesmata.
Very good, very good, very good. Plasmodesmata. Why is plasmodesmata needed? What moves from one cell to the other?
It connects the cytoplasm with the neighboring cell.
Cytoplasm of the neighboring
That means cytoplasm from one cell can move to the other cell also. And middle lamella was made up of which material?
Calcium
Calcium
pectate.
pectate.
Okay, I've hidden it. Let me see who can answer. Cell wall of algae is made up of 4 things. Who will name? Yes, start. I will not help. You have to give me the answer together.
Cellulose.
Cellulose.
Cellulose. Galactans.
Yes.
Minerals.
Mannans
Like
and
calcium
minerals.
carbonate.
Very good. I got all the 4 things, but I want you to tell me once again. Very good. It just came in pieces. Too good. Yes, 4 things which make the cell wall of algae.
Cellulose,
Galactans.
galactans,
Galactans.
mannans and minerals.
Minerals.
Why do you think cell wall of algae is so special? It is made up of 4 things. See, beta, you find algae in submerged in water entirely. Have you seen algae growing in water? You know this, na? That algae they grow in water, yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
At times they are entirely submerged in water. Now, when the entire surface is submerged in water, there may be a problem of rotting. Something when it is immersed in water continuously, it may rot. So we need something very protective around. That is the reason algae has a very, very special wall. It is made up of 4 things. All 4 things give different protection to the algae. Now we are going to move on to ER. I don't think we have time for ER. We don't have time for ER probably. Let's see, just the introduction we can do. Each of the membranous organelle is distinct in terms of its structure and functions. Many of these are considered together as an endomembrane system because their functions are coordinated. See, when we talk about cell organelles, we study different cell organelles separately. Why? Because each of them has its own structure and its own function. Yes, like mitochondria and ribosomes, you cannot study them together. Why? Because mitochondria has its own structure and own function, and ribosome has its own structure and function. But sometimes there are some cell organelles, we can study them together. Okay, they form one system, coordinated system. And why can we study them together? Because they, what is same?
Structure and function.
Yes, structure a little different, but basically function is always the same. This is called endomembrane system. What is the system called? Which is made up of more than one organelle. What is the system called?
Endomembrane system.
Endomembrane system.
Okay, now let us see which are the organelles we can include and we can study them together in the endomembrane system. See this, we've got your ER, we've got the Golgi complex, lysosomes and vacuoles. Quickly name the 4 organelles which are studied together and what are they known as? Endomembrane system. Tell me 4 organelles which form the endomembrane system.
Endoplasmic reticulum,
Endoplasmic
Golgi
reticulum,
complex,
Golgi
lysosome, and vacuole.
and vacuole.
So do you understand what do you mean by this proper coordinated system? Normally we study cell organelles separately. But when more than one organelle is involved in the same function, we study them together. And what is this system known as?
Endomembrane system.
Yes. Since the functions of mitochondria, chloroplasts, and peroxisomes are not coordinated with the above components, they are not considered as a part of the endomembrane system. Why don't we consider mitochondria as a part of the endomembrane system?
Because they are not coordinated.
Yes. And why are they not coordinated? Why don't we keep them in this system?
Their function is not same.
The function is not same. So out of so many cell organelles that we had, we put some cell organelles together and we call them together as a endomembrane system. What are they called together?
Endomembrane
System. How many organelles will you put in endomembrane system? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many?
4.
4. Name them quickly. Name them quickly.
Endoplasmic
reticulum,
Golgi
complex, lysosomes, and vacuoles.
So when we'll study about them, you will tell me that what all similarities you found in them, that the scientists could keep them together and call them as the endomembrane system. However, mitochondria cannot be included in the endomembrane system. What is the reason?
Its function is not same.
because of the
Function is not the same. So everybody's understood what is endomembrane system. We are going to study tomorrow about the 4 components of endomembrane system. Which was the first one we talked about?
Endoplasmic reticulum.
endoplasmic
So we'll first study about endoplasmic reticulum. We'll study about Golgi apparatus. Tell me which was the third one?
lysosome.
Very good. See over here, we just discussed about this. We have 4 of them. ER, Golgi, lyso, and vacuole. So ER, Golgi, lysosomes. Which should be the next one? Vacuoles. So when we
have
finish,
one more period
yes, beta.
of biology. We have one more period.
Oh, very good. That's nice. Then if we have one more period. So once we finish this vacuoles over here, we have finished with which system?
Endomembrane system.
Very good. From here, when we are talking, we are not including them in which system? Can we include mitochondria?
No.
No. So everybody should remember, what do you mean by endomembrane system? Which kind of organelles are put in endomembrane system? And why they are put and why the others are not put. So this system together is endomembrane system. Very good. If we have one period, we'll continue. There are hardly 10 seconds. You can join the other class, Peter. Thank you so much. God
Thank
bless
you, ma'am.
God bless you, bachas.